I am Viviana Cordero, and this is
Anthem.
Today, we have the great honor of representing what makes Raymond as Kellis not simply a special family to be a part of, but a pillar of inspiration for families and individuals with special needs all over the United States. The energy in this room is electric. Cue the electric slide. Yes. All jokes aside, the excitement is contagious and unifying. Class of 2020, we made it! Because of our nation's most recent state, this day seemed unrealistic. But even without the pandemic, to some, graduation felt unreachable. Yet, determination, bravery, and strength has brought us here today. Through this experience, we have a glimpse into the victory David and his family feel to achieve this grand milestone that once seemed unfathomable. Thank you to all the friends and family who have been a rock to our unified students. Let's hear from David how excited he is. David, are you a little excited, very excited, or super excited? I'm super excited too to be graduating today. Please join me in thanking the entire unified team for their unrelenting and consistent support. Your input was vital to the joy that is felt today. David, who's a teacher who helped you during your high school experience? Mr. Wakeford? He's pretty awesome, huh? Okay, David, I have a knock-knock joke for you. Are you ready? Knock-knock.
Who's that?
Boo.
Boo-hoo.
Oh, David, don't cry. We'll take a piece of each other wherever we go. I know I do not only speak for myself when I say that I leave Raymond S. Kellis forever impacted by our ABLE program, because the memories we made from dancing together during lunches, watching unified performances at our assemblies, and all the special Olympic events we are honored to host have no expiration date. Come on, David, let's go make some new memories.
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos nuestros directores, profesores, amigos, familiares y la clase del 2020. Para los que no me conocen, me llamo Emily López y les quiero agradecer por acompañarnos en este día muy especial. En el agosto del 2016, juntos empezamos nuestro primer año de la preparatoria. En mi primer año, varios me mencionaban que esos 4 años pasaban en una abrida y cerrada de ojos. Mis padres y maestros me aconsejaban que disfrutara cada momento, que fuera amigable, que manteniera buenas calificaciones y que nunca me importara lo que las personas a mi alrededor pensaban de mí. Estos años han sido muy emocionantes. Todos los días se convertían en una nueva historia para contar. Los años pasaron volando y juntos terminamos 3 años de la preparatoria. Luego empezamos nuestro último año en el agosto de 2019. Como parte de la clase del 2020, estábamos emocionados para cerrar este capítulo de nuestras vidas. Los años escolares no eran algo nuevo para nosotros y sabíamos lo que nos esperaba. Según nos esperaba nuestro baile de prom, tomar nuestra foto panorámica al fin del año, y los atletas esperaban su última temporada de su deporte, y como todos, esperaban sus últimos días de escuela, para poder despedirnos de nuestros amigos y maestros. Pero en realidad no sabíamos lo que nos esperaba. Llegaron las vacaciones de primavera y pensábamos regresar en una semana para cerrar este capítulo de nuestras vidas. Cuando llegó el último año de vacaciones, recibimos las noticias que no regresaríamos a la escuela y que todos los momentos bonitos de nuestro capítulo lo tendríamos que pasar en nuestros hogares, dejando este capítulo empezado. Yo entiendo y reconozco que lo que nos pasó no era el modo que queríamos terminar nuestros años en la preparatoria. Pero juntos aprendimos que a veces es más importante vivir en el momento porque el futuro no está garantizado. Aprendimos que nuestra clase es capaz de lo imposible y no hay límites para nosotros. A partir del día de hoy empezaremos un capítulo nuevo para poder enseñarles al mundo lo que somos capaces de ser. Tenemos que apoyarnos y motivarnos uno al otro. Yo sé que podemos realizar nuestros sueños. Nuestra clase del 2020 siempre será recordada. Felicidades a todos y mis mejores deseos para la clase del 2020. Gracias.
Welcome administrators, teachers, parents, guests, and the class of 2020. My name is Isabella Griefer. I first wanted to thank Kellis High School for being a community full of pride. I am so grateful to all of the teachers that have made such a positive impact on our lives as students. And to the class of 2020, thank you for all of the countless memories we have made together. 4 years ago marked the start of a new journey. As with all great stories, there were challenges and obstacles each of us had to overcome. I think the obvious challenge for us was being unexpectedly impacted by COVID-19. As seniors, we spent our last days on campus without even realizing it. We did not get the chance to properly say our goodbyes. This is not what we had planned. But the class of 2020 is strong. We are persistent. We're not going to accept defeat. Instead, I have seen a community strengthened, a community of not only students and staff, but of friends and neighbors. I have seen people of all ages come together to celebrate with us, to give us hope. This is not the end of our journey. As we enter this next chapter in our lives, it can feel intimidating. Where do we start? Well, all we really need is a goal, or a dream, if you will, and an intent to make it reality. If we believe in ourselves and have the passion, anything is possible. Inspiration, dedication, success are all common words, but they are just that, words, unless we take it upon ourselves to ignite them with purpose. We get so caught up in self-doubt and anxiety that we make ourselves believe that the impossible is not possible as a form of protection. So it is up to us to put meaning behind these words. It is up to us to be vulnerable and to take action. Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor once said, "You cannot dream about becoming something you do not know about. You have to learn to dream big." So while our high school education has taught us many things, it has also taught us to dream big. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2020. My name is Yagin Obaid. Most, if not all of us, have sat through numerous graduation speeches where the speaker spoke of the closing of a chapter, beginning of a destiny, and start of a future. Though these tried and true topics hold an important message, today I would like to discuss something less spoken about: the power of the mind. In a country where anyone can attend school, it's easy to forget what a privilege it is to do so. I was lucky enough to go to Africa a couple summers ago, and it was there that I truly understood how blessed we are to live in a country where we can all attend school, no matter our race, gender, or economic status. It was there that I decided to make it my mission to inform others why education is so important and how we can take that knowledge to better the world. I noticed that most high schoolers only truly care about the issues that directly affect them and their day-to-day lives. Anything outside of that is a mere white noise. And this kind of oblivion is reckless. As shocking as this is to hear, the world does not revolve around us or the state of Arizona or even the United States. In actuality, it revolves around the sun. Sorry, bad comedic timing. Regardless, the more we know about the world and what we can do for it, the better off we will be. But now, as graduates, which either feels like we've earned our wings or the weight of the world on our shoulders, it's time to get educated, not only knowing the differences between micro and macroeconomics, but on what's happening throughout the country and all around the world. As corny as it may sound, knowledge is power, and the more you know, the more you can do. Some may say, "I don't have time." Well, luckily in this generation, we hold the knowledge of the world in the palm of our hands. So just start with 10 minutes if that's all you have. Just start somewhere so that you know a little bit more than you did yesterday. And with that same knowledge, you can educate those around you. You can extend the knowledge, making the world a little bit wiser. We have just barely stepped into adulthood, which is just as glorious as it is frightening. And with that comes responsibility. So now is the time to ask questions, find answers, and make a difference in this ever-changing world. There's an anonymous quote that reads, "The only thing greater than the power of the mind is the courage of the heart." Therefore, I leave you with this. Register to vote. Have the courage and let this be your first affirmative action in Operation Save the World. Thank you.
Good evening, administrators, staff, parents, guests, and the graduating class of 2020. My name's Arshdeep Danoa. We've looked forward to this day for the last 4 years of high school, and thankfully, it's here. The closing of a novel with 4 brief chapters. We faced unimaginable obstacles to arrive at this conclusion. Our senior chapter was cut short. Possibly the best months of high school were to be spent at home. Events that are formative of the high school experience, like prom and ditch day, were not what we so hopefully envisioned. Despite the tragedies, the pandemic allowed us to pause these 4 chapters and reflect on the ways we carry ourselves. For many of us, this virus highlighted how fragile we are. That uncertainty is what defines our existence. Most people, and I included, always considered responsibilities to come first and everything else to follow. But that's where we falter, continuing under the assumption that tomorrow is promised. Instead, now, we must act a little more boldly, appreciate a little more deeply, and live a little more authentically, celebrating the present just as much as anticipating the future. Here we sit, resilient, united, and eager to pursue our callings. Many of us will head to college, join the workforce, or enlist to serve our country. However our paths may diverge, we will travel them with this common perspective. Because after all, just as we conclude these 4 chapters, we will begin crafting our lifelong stories. Thank you.
Here we sit, resilient, united, and eager to pursue our calling. Many of us will head off to college, join the workforce, or enlist to serve our country. However our paths may diverge, we will travel with a common perspective. In spite of the challenges thrown our way, we will celebrate the present and anticipate the future. One last time, all together now. Cougar Pride, is it in you? Own it. Now if you'll please rise and join me in turning your tassels from the left to the right. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed.